Hey everybody, welcome in. Shan Yu and Mulan packs are back. And one very different thing is last time they were here with their little energy event, the one we kind of like Frozone or her, she was the first one of the kind where you play your quest modes and you get coins. Then you can use those coins on a chest. Those packs were the first time that we saw the Mulan packs and the Shan Yu pack. But that means since they're back without an event, you're no longer getting their coins for them. So that means you're actually missing out on a little bit of the value that you would have previously got. I'll put a link to the other video. I did go over all these packs then, but there are slight differences. So this time, the Mulan pack, it has 50% chance for 8, then 30 for 10, 10 for 12, 5 for 15, 5 for 15, and then like 5% for anything more than that. Like super low amounts. And this is kind of like what we saw for the Incredibles, their character packs. So it looks like for new event characters, for the first few times they're around, it looks like they're going to have low rates of getting them because they don't want everyone to max them out super early unless you're paying a whole lot. And then, you know what, they're saying, you know, you buy as much as you want. And that is just the price you're going to have to pay. But for anyone else who is going to be playing through events and saving up buying a few, they're just kind of showing you that, hey, you know what, we don't want you getting all these super early. We want you to have to work for them. In saying that, the rates are a little bit worse than last time as well. So last time we saw like 8 at 30%, and there was less drop off that we're seeing now. So it wasn't like 50. So you actually had like more of a 50% chance to get the higher amounts than 8, because 8 was about the 30% mark. Then you had about 50% of it going to the 10 and the 12, and then the 15 at like 7%. So that is a change. That is a change for not so good. But one change for quite good is that the packs are only 600 now, whereas in the event they were 750. So maybe they took that into consideration with the slightly lowered rates, but also that we don't get coins. Is that they've given it to her, so her pack now is a little bit cheaper. But you've got to expect that you're only going to be pulling 8 tokens. So 600 gems for 8 tokens is pretty much what you should be expecting. Maybe 10 if you're lucky is pretty much what it's going to be. 10, maybe 12. Maybe. That is if you're very lucky. So, good and bad. Not quite sure how I sit on that. I'm not too upset because I'm glad they reduced the cost. But there is still that little bit less chance to actually get good things. But I'd say I'd rather have it. I'd rather have this. Would I though? Because at least previously, if you were buying packs, you would also get coins to open more packs, would you get maybe a couple more, but then it was only 2 tokens. So I suppose I'd rather save 150 gems, because that means every 4 packs you buy is like you've got a free 8 tokens, which is like 2 tokens each. So that actually equals out to what the coins were, unless you got super lucky on the coins. But no, that wasn't happening. So it kind of they've kind of evened it out, I must say. Now, Shan Yu, let's go and check his rates out. His rates are slightly better than Mulan's. And that being said, his is 40%, 20%, 13%. But those are all, you got a higher chance of 16, which is nice. But for the rest of them, they are dropping down and lower in rates. So what I would say in this is that for the price of what they are, it used to be double. Since the Mulan packs were 750, these ones were 1,500. So they were double. So whereas if it was double this current pack, it would only be 1,200. So they've adjusted Mulan's ones, but not Shan Yu. So it looks like they're looking to keep him at a certain range, especially since he's the best character in the game. Also, he's an exclusive, but they seem to be wanting to keep him up there. So if anyone wants to pay and buy their way into getting him and getting him up to the top, they can still do that. But it doesn't look like they're affecting those. So we'll see how this goes. But what I would recommend is maybe Mulan, maybe worth it. Shan Yu, I would personally say if gems are limited, only get him from the exchange. You just spend your exchange on him, work your way up through that, and see how you go. Now, if you've got a big income of gems coming into your game, and you want to have the best character game, then do that. But that will be my recommendations. It's interesting to see that there was changes for her, but not so much for him. So interesting. See how this goes in the future. Next time they come back, I'd say potentially there might be more like that. I do like the 600 cost rather than the 750, so that is a bonus. So if you're tempted on getting her, she is a great character too. So see who you guys like, then we'll go for these, and I want to hear from you if you do go for them, or if not, the rates are still low. So you either have to wait until they are old character before the rates get better potentially, or see how things progress. But can't wait to hear from you guys. Jump down in the comments below, and we'll see you then.